Are you wasting time starting seeds way too early? Or even worse, way too late and missing that window entirely? Most gardeners in cold climates make the same mistakes when starting their seeds in February, and it's the reason their plants struggle all season long. If you're in zones 3 or 4, or maybe you've just got a short growing season, you cannot afford to mess this up. Some plants need to start early, and some, well, if you start them now, is going to completely backfire. So in this video, I'm going to run you through the things you should start now, the things that you shouldn't start now, and also give you a few secrets to get those plants off to a good start. And trust me, if you mess this up, your garden may struggle this season. But I'm here to help you. February may seem too early to start seeds, especially when it feels like winter will never end. Our growing season is very short, anywhere between 90 to 120 days. And for some plants, that's not long enough for them to even realize that they should be growing. If you wait till your last frost date to start the seeds, some of your plants won't even reach maturity. And here's the thing, not all plants are going to benefit from that early start. Some will just get way too big for your tiny urban environment like mine. So we've got to be strategic about this. Let's get into the must-start seeds for February. These seeds take their sweet time. And number one, we are going to be starting with peppers. Peppers are ridiculously slow. If you wait till April, you're going to be fighting that last frost date, especially when you're dealing with the hot peppers. Start them this month if you want a good harvest. I typically start my hot pepper seedlings, at least, on Valentine's Day. Just to remind myself, it's going to get hot and steamy.
Ooh, yeah.
Use a heat mat. Pepper seeds hate cold soil. If your germination tray is cold, you'll be waiting forever. Give them extra light. Weak light will result in leggy, useless seedlings. A good grow light is your best friend. As for light, skip out on these. They look good online, but they're really not that effective. They will kind of do the job, but if you spend $20 more, you can get much more effective and pleasing light. That just hurts my eyes. And if you think starting them earlier will make them grow faster, no, they will take their time, but they're worth it. Sweet or hot, they are perfect for a summer garden. Number two, onions, because bigger plants means bigger bulbs. Onions, leeks, and shallots are a long haul crop. If you start your onions from seeds like I do, February is the time to do it. They can need at least 10 to 12 weeks indoors before they're ready for the garden. Choose the right variety. Long day onions like Walla Walla or Red Wing are best for northern climates. Sow them thick and then thin later if you want. They grow well in clumps and you can separate them before transplanting, but I grow in bunches so I can harvest through the season and letting what's left get bigger. If you do miss the window on onion seeds, don't worry too much. Just buy sets. You'll be fine with those. Now this one is a real long game. Number three, asparagus. If you do want homegrown asparagus and there's nothing like it, February is the time to do it. If you're starting from seed. Anyway, you can buy crowns. Either way, it's going to take you years and years to get a harvest. You could soak the seeds overnight to speed up germination. That is completely optional though. They're going to take time anyway, so I don't bother. Use deep pots because asparagus roots grow long and they do hate being cramped. And keep them warm until they sprout, and then just move them to bright light. By late spring, your sturdy seedlings will be ready to go out into the ground, and yeah, you will be waiting a while. But future you will be very thankful for the asparagus coming out, usually one of the first things to come out of the garden. And they are so cute when they're growing. Just look at this picture I took. So cute. Number four, herbs. That fresh flavor is so worth it. If you want fresh parsley, rosemary, any herb really, now is the time to start them, especially the ones that are a bit more woody. Gives them a good step up before they go out into the garden. These herbs grow slowly, and if you don't give them a head start, they'll barely be useful before fall. So be patient. Some herbs can take 3 to 4 weeks just to germinate. And use bottom watering because their roots are delicate, and overhead watering can kill them fast. And you can grow them indoors year round in pots, or like I have in this tiny little hydroponic setup. You don't have to move herbs outside if you don't want to. You could leave them on your windowsill and save space in your garden. Number 5, celery. One of the most annoying plants you'll ever grow. Celery and celeriac are painfully slow. If you don't start it now, don't bother growing it, just buy it from a nursery. It can take 3 months indoors just to be transplant ready. Like asparagus, soak the seeds overnight before planting. This speeds up germination, and I will say again, totally optional. It's going to take forever anyway. And keep the soil moist. Dry soil equals going to the store and buying celery. And if you're thinking, is celery even worth the trouble? It can be so cheap in the grocery store. It is. Once you try garden fresh celery, you will understand. So get starting those seeds. Some plants hate being started too early, so these are the ones to avoid in February. Summer is coming. I know it's hard to tell with the snow coming down and all the snow in my garden. Why do I live here? Number 1, tomatoes. They grow fast. Too fast. Start them too early and they'll become tall, weak, and root bound before you can even move them outside. They'll also take up too much space in urban environments if, like me, you don't have a dedicated seed room. My advice, wait till March or April. They'll catch up. Number 2, cucumbers and squash. These do not like being transplanted. If you start them too soon, they'll get stressed, refuse to grow properly. So wait until 4 weeks before your last frost, or you could just direct sow. And 3, beans and peas. These will grow best when you sow them directly. You can transplant them, but the roots don't like being disturbed, so you could just plant them outside when the soil warms up. Although, if you do want pea shoots, go for it now. Starting seeds in February is the secret to a successful garden, but only if you start the right ones. Peppers, onions, asparagus, herbs, celery, start now. Tomatoes, cucumbers and squash, you can wait a bit. And light, warmth and patience will lead to healthy plants. And if you want healthier plants, seedlings and a successful garden, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like and comment, and tell me what you want to see from this channel.